Oh, hey, we're not the Fanatical Elf Show. We're live. We are
We're live.
maybe
Waiting
we're
to hear
waiting on the
music.
music, which is spinning in circles, and we're live, folks. Hello,
Well,
everybody.
we could go without music. We
We're
could start.
going without music because it just keeps wanting to spin and spin. I confused it. Lou, how are you tonight on stirring the pot?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just taking in everybody. I I have things to say. I have my own theories. I don't know if you heard my show Friday with Posh,
A
and
little bit.
I asked this question. I said, okay, I could understand because basically the last 2 years Stefanski has gone 6-20. Okay,
Yes.
and or 6-24, excuse me, 6-24, and no, and I could see, I could understand the logic of firing him.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. The question is, who do you bring in?
You've asked that question. I actually talked about. I've been thinking
Who would
about. I
you
mean,
bring in? Yeah,
because you
is
asked
it?
this question a lot. You asked
Yeah,
this
it's like
question a
okay,
lot.
that's because it's like
I guess,
okay.
Lou. I guess my thought on it right now, like after
Mm-hmm.
everything. And listen, I don't expect. Especially, I thought if something was going to come down the pike, like if Stefanski was going to get fired, it would have been it would have already happened. So I think he has the rest of the season, at
Yes.
least, and probably going in the next year. So that's going to make a lot of people
You
upset.
think he's going to be back next opening day?
I don't think he should, based on the fact that
What do
we're
you
going to
think he
be
will be? Well, should or not is not up to
right.
us.
But your question about who are they going to bring in? I guess in my opinion, I mean, there's just I don't know, Lou, but there's like a bazillion other people and coaches and famous people out there that that could take this job. So I
Dion, no.
well, I've said that since the beginning of time. Now that I don't think it's going to happen right away.
No.
Now I could let's just say down the pike. Let's say Shador does become the guy, and he after you know seeing what he did yesterday, potentially I don't know. It's not without the possibility of that happening. But
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Stefanski is safe. I mean, what do you think?
Relatively, yes. I haven't heard anything until I hear. I haven't heard anything else. I heard the fans want his head. They want him out. They want him gone. They want
Yeah.
to bring out the guillotine. Just off
Well,
with his
how was
head.
the how was it in the stadium yesterday? You were there. Was
Well,
there
I was there. Let me explain to you what happened because after that blocked punt, my friend's like, "Let's get out of here." I'm like, "All right,
right?
all right, we'll start." So I took out my phone
Yeah.
and I put it on. I put it on my Spectrum app, and I had the game watching it from my phone while I
Yes.
walked down the ramp
Yes.
and I walked towards Tower City. By the time I got to the Rapid station, it was the failed second 2-point conversion. So I just said, "Guys, we almost tied the game."
Right.
And
I
I just,
wondered how far you got. Yes. So a
yeah,
lot
well,
of
I did.
people started walking. Yep.
A lot of people started leaving, and people were complaining.
Yeah.
Rose, we suck.
Right.
It's just the
Right.
usual bullshit, the usual
Right.
stuff that you hear. And it's like, okay, when you're down 14 points to a 1-win team, I can understand that.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
yeah, despite that, I could hear it, but the
Could you hear the
positive.
roar of the crowd when you were leaving and walking up the street there?
Oh
And
yeah,
they
oh yeah, I was
scored
hearing
one
stuff. We were
touchdown
hearing
and
stuff. They're
they
like, because he turned to me and go, "What happened?" I said, "We scored." Oh,
yeah.
I said Sanders just ran for a touchdown. Get out of here. I was like, yeah, it looks like we did. He goes, well, how much time's left? I said, I think at that time it was like 5 minutes, five
Yes.
and a half minutes.
Yes.
So there's still 5.5 minutes to go. And he's like, yeah. I said, you want to go back? He's like, no, we'll keep going. I mean, at
Yeah.
that point, we were like, I think we were like by Lakeside and West Third.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were like halfway there. And I said, all right.
Right.
He was just, I think he was tired and I was too. I understood. And
well, it was really dismal the way that they were, the way the game and watching it from on the TV. I mean, when that punt was blocked, I mean, it really did. It was like, dude, like because
the air just completely went out of the stadium.
Yeah, the second half of that game to begin with, I mean, the Browns offense didn't do diddly squat. They had 4 punts and 2 turnovers. I think including the blocked punt, Dylan Sampson fumbled the ball in that gate. We gave up a touchdown
And
after that.
the interception by
Yeah.
Shador, yeah, which was
And
his one mistake.
the Browns
throughout the whole.
defense was getting thrashed with the
Yeah.
run. They had almost 200 yards rushing against us. So the defense wasn't that great
Defense did
either.
not play well. The defense did not play well. The offense kind of came to life in the fourth quarter as a comeback, which was great, but it fell short. The positive is that the team didn't give up. That's
No.
and that's a good thing to see. I was going to say too, Shedeur Sanders was the first quarterback for the Browns. I saw this since 1950 to
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, run for a touchdown, throw for over 300 yards. And 1950 was Otto Graham.
Isn't that pretty impressive? I mean, you think about it, that's 75 years. I mean, that's
yeah.
that's 75 years of
and
football.
only one other quarterback as his rookie in his third start of his career, I should say, his third start of his career, threw for over 300 yards like that. And I think it was Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. I know, that's pretty dazzling.
So he obviously had a great game. He did. I mean, he made a mistake. He's going to make mistakes, but also what did we, before the show? I want to say, I might have been Fannin that said this. With the exception of Jerry Jeudy, every skill position player on offense is a rookie.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond, Harold Fannin, and Njoku, that was out there because Njoku got hurt after the touchdown. Yeah. So I was worried. When I saw him, like, whoa, what happened? I was like,
there were so many, like the latter part of those last two drives that, as you were saying, you were watching it. I mean, when we were watching it here at the house, I mean, we were getting ready to go to, we had a little spaghetti potluck dinner down the street here with the neighbors, and my wife had already gone over and she was texting me, saying, "Hey, are you coming over?" I'm like, and that was right after like the punt got blocked, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming." And then that, like you were saying, like that next drive, Shedeur just really did some really good things. That second drive, and then it was like, okay, I can't leave yet. But going back to there's so many different things that we can talk about. I know a lot of people are talking, like you just said, about Shedeur. The numbers, dazzling. What he did really is tremendous. It was announced today that he will be the starter the rest of the season, which I thought was good that Stefanski came out and said that.
Yeah, he was asked by Mary Kay, and he just said yes, he's a starter.
You know what I find really interesting too, also, Lou, is every time you talk or listen to other players talk about Shedeur, many of them, and I don't know who it was today, but one of them said that Shedeur, they see Shedeur early, and he's always there early, and that oftentimes he's sitting with Stefanski, and they are going over film one-on-one. And I've heard that countless times. And I think this kid it sounds like it's a daily thing.
Yeah.
And
if you listen to the people on Twitter, Stefanski's sabotaging him.
Yeah. Well, Lou, we've also said, I think Steve Gillen, you've said this too, many times in the last several weeks. You've said that, hasn't this been the plan? Was this the plan all along? He had the most upside, but he needed the most time to adapt to the NFL speed. So it was always planned, and you even speculated that he would start when he did in the Raiders game. So
that was just my speculation.
Well, it was good.
Well, he came out at half earlier because of the concussion with Dillon Gabriel.
Sure, in the Baltimore game, right?
Yeah. I just, because I remember when that happened, people just started cheering, and I'm like, oh, well, that's why. I was looking around like, what are they cheering about? What's everybody? And then it was because Shedeur Sanders. Now, the thing I was going to say, the difference between I saw with Shedeur versus Dillon, I noted, especially in this last game, better pocket presence, better ability to get the ball downfield. I think it's just better timing than Dillon Gabriel. And not saying, not knocking Gabriel. He might just need more time for that. He might need, I mean, it's just, and I think Dillon Gabriel could be a very good backup in this league as a third round pick. But and the thing is, people were complaining that we're like, I don't know why they think they want to sabotage this kid when they drafted him in the 5th round. They took him, they picked him. 31 other teams for 5 rounds.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, it blows my mind where people come up with this stuff.
Well, you hear people today even talking about, well, does Shedeur even want to stay with the Browns? Well, why wouldn't he want to stay with the Browns?
We gave him a chance.
He was drafted by them after everybody else didn't give him a chance. And now you've seen also, I'm just saying this as a side, but I love the fact that Shador's, I know we don't know what people are like because they're talking behind the mic but in the moments that I've watched this kid, he's not his dad. And his dad's been part of this. You've seen him. He was at the stadium yesterday. But it's just nice to see this kid is very humble. When you listen to him, when you
Mhm.
really listen to Shador talk, he is all about the team. He's all about winning. He knows he screwed up like on that interception. But did you hear what he said about that interception? I thought it was fantastic
I
in
didn't
my
hear what he
opinion.
said. No, what did he say?
Yeah, he said, and you can go back and watch the tape from yesterday's video. He was trying to create a spark because he said that the Browns were stuck in the mud pretty much. And
He
that
was
he
he was
said
trying to do too much.
he was
Yeah.
trying to do too much, and he said it publicly, and he says, I know I shouldn't have done that, and I did. I was trying to give them a spark, and it was wrong. My dad's mad at me. The team's mad at me. I'm mad at me. And so I thought that was really interesting to me because I think this kid really
He took
gets it.
accountability for his
I think he
mistake.
does. Yeah, and I think he gets it. I think he
That's what
knows.
I
And
I said from the
yeah.
beginning, he seems like a good kid. I didn't have a problem with him. I really did. I remember remember the pre-draft or the combine last year
Mhm.
or earlier, I should say earlier this year, back in February. It was last off season that some stories came out about him, and even like Tony Grossi was like, "Look, I just had a
Tony
chance to meet."
Grossi can just kiss my ass at this
Well,
point. I've listened.
he basically stood up for him at this point. He said, "Hey, he seems like a good kid. I don't know where this stuff coming from." So,
Sure.
but Tony Grossi did ask Stefanski at the press conference, like, "Do you regret not starting him?" And he's just like, "He goes, I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to focus on what's ahead of me," and which is the
Mhm.
right answer, Kevin. Thank you. Just coach. You know,
Yeah, no. Hey, let's pause for a quick commercial break. This is
sure.
Stirring the Pot with Lou Marconi and Johnny Cleveland. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. Lou, how you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Now think about this: if Stefanski gets replaced, would the new coach want to keep Schwartz? Would he be willing to do that? Would he be willing to keep Tommy Reese? They're trying to keep Tommy Reese in the
I
building. I
would say
thought Tommy,
no based on what we've seen with coaches in the past, but
yeah,
what do you
yeah.
think?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying it's like, well, I don't think they're going to make any. They're going to make some changes on the coaching staff, with like
Yeah.
special teams, especially.
Mhm.
But I don't see. I don't. I mean, it won't be till the end of the season, and I don't see anything else major happening. Like meaning they're going to get rid of Stefanski or Barry, because I think if Shador is like, okay, when would Dak Prescott was taken in the fourth round, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He's
Maybe, yeah,
a starting quarterback in the NFL, viable starting quarterback. He's not a Pro
yeah.
Bowler necessarily, but he's good.
No,
He
yeah.
could play. Yeah, he can make plays. So if you get a guy like that you could build around and put together a good team,
Mhm.
you got a guy in the fifth round
Yeah. Well,
where
I'm just so I mean, you got to give the kid props. I mean, the kid
oh
he went through his moments. That you were there. You said you left went toward the end. I mean, the Browns' offense was stagnant for a long time
oh yeah,
in that game,
it was darkest before dawn at that point.
right?
I wish I stayed, but I said
It was a little bit like the Green Bay game, and like I kept thinking about that, and it kind of almost came to be that way in the last 3 minutes,
mhm,
like in the Green Bay game when we kind of
yeah,
turned
just came
things
out of
around.
yeah,
Yeah,
one turnover will do it. We scored we had a field goal and a touchdown, and we tied the game, and then we got the ball back. We had that last
Joe
drive, and
Joe Batonio even said that Shador, in his opinion, is really learning, and he said he even changed. He said Shador changed the coverage a couple times, or he changed basically the play.
based on the coverage he saw.
Yes, and that Batonio mentioned that like in his interview yesterday or today. So that I thought that was another telling sign.
The other
Obviously,
thing that Stefanski said was interesting was he talked about his work ethic since he came in last April.
hmm
He complimented him.
yeah.
So I don't know where this narrative or this bullshit came out about him sabotaging. I just
Well,
don't get
and
it.
I think it's just, I think it's the Sanders folks. I think it's a lot of people out there publicly, and I'm just saying this publicly because there's a lot of national people out there like a Skip Bayless. And I know we don't think a lot of somebody like Skip Bayless, but he has a following. There's a lot of
Well,
these public figures that have a
Skip Bayless
following.
has his own character issues, and it's come out.
Yeah. So I'm just,
Mhm.
there's a lot out there. I mean, and there's
Yeah,
just so much you weed through it. You have to stay off of it. Don't get on social media. We know that.
yeah.
So I wanted to talk a
You
little
know
bit.
that what? Go ahead, finish that sentence.
No, I
We know
wanted
that
to,
a lot of it's garbage, a lot of it's not
yes,
true,
it's
a lot of
bullshit.
it's clickbait,
Yeah.
a lot of it's just driven to
Well, didn't
just
you and I said that too? Like on social media, I think I was reposting earlier in the week, the day. Oh, I know, Saturday night, before,
yeah.
right as the Buckeyes start playing, those public national folks out there, Adam Scheffner and Ian Rappaport are trying. They say, "Oh, Deion Sanders or Deion, not Deion,
Shador.
Deshaun Watson is going to be on the Browns roster going into 2026." Well, no kidding, Sherlock.
Yeah, no shit,
Like
Sherlock. Yeah, yeah.
he's not getting on the field of play. I mean, maybe in an emergency circumstance, he's probably more likely the third string or the backup to the backup. But
Practice squad. Yeah, practice squad guy, maybe.
everybody under like Lou, like there's especially young Browns fans who haven't been around and haven't followed this team, and they just are up and down with this team all the time. They they see that and like, oh, I saw so many people during the Buckeyes games going, oh, the Browns have ruined my night. I'm like, why? Like, there's no news here. This is just
Yeah,
a news story that's been created again by,
beat bullshit.
like you said, yeah, clicks.
Just for clicks. That's all we knew. And even Duffin came out. A friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
came out and said he's going to be gone in March of 27.
Yes.
Once the new league's year starts on March 27, they're going to cut him, and they're going to have Shador Sanders. Could you just imagine being able to once that insurance money kicks in next year,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yeah.
have the draft picks, you have the ability now with you. Here's a guy that's coming in and working his ass off and making progress, doing
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
Let's see how he does the next 4 games. But they could sit there and say after the next 4 games, saying, I think we got our guy. Let's ride with them next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm getting a Shador Sanders jersey I'm hoping for Christmas.
Somebody joked with me about that today. Did you get a Shador Sanders
I'm
jersey?
actually getting one.
Yeah,
I
good
believe,
for you,
man.
Yeah,
I got
good
my
for you.
wrist up. It's time.
It's just yes.
Well, even like somebody, Justin or the Simmons kid, the Jeffrey Simmons, who played
that guy.
defensive end.
Yeah, the Titans guy.
Yeah, gave him a great
He was
compliment.
gone the whole game.
Oh yeah, and even
it was fun.
yeah, I saw the video after the one
It's a-
touchdown. I didn't realize that Shador went up to him and gave him his wrist. Did you see that in one of the videos?
Yeah. Just 'cause Shador, that's a part of it. It's all part of it.
Well, and you need that. I think we all have this thing with like for Browns fans. I don't know. Tell me what you think, Lou. But like we had this guy Baker Mayfield, who was blue collar, tough as nails, always had a chip on his shoulder. He comes in ablazing in 2018. He starts. We think maybe as Browns fans, like he's the franchise guy, like he could be it. And then he screws up his shoulder. There's that 2021 season, and so trying to identify.
He's having the same issue in Tampa now. So
yeah, and trying to
Wait, but go
identify
ahead.
now for us. We
Mhm.
so badly want this franchise. We want somebody to be we call franchise quarterback. I mean, I don't know if Shador is this guy still, but I certainly think.
No. I'm not anointing him the chosen one yet. No.
I did say he's legit. I mean, you got to give the kid props. He just went for 4 touchdowns, 365 yards, almost 400 yards of total offense. That's pretty good.
That's as a rookie in his third start. I don't care if it was the Titans or not. It's an NFL defense. He did that against an NFL
football team.
Yeah. And I understand there's trepidation, or you want to be precocious about this, which of course, let's pump the brakes. I can hear the Curb Your Enthusiasm music playing right now. But it's good to see it. It's better than he went out there and laid an egg. He's better than what we saw. And like so Mike Evans said something stupid about Johnny Manziel, if he was drafted somewhere else, he would have had a Pro Bowl career.
Oh,
No,
bullshit.
bullshit. That was all him. We should have never. Nobody wanted to touch that guy with a 10-foot pole. That anybody that knew anything.
Well,
that
and
was
I
going
bought
on.
into that. Now, see, that's where I was
I
a
did
younger
I did
fan.
until I started hearing stories from people about him.
Yeah, you
Like
probably
he just
heard more than I did. I was out
yeah,
there
he
in
just
Wichita,
disappeared.
Kansas.
Like he just disappeared. Like during mini camps, it's like, where is he? Where did he go? Where even Joe Thomas is like, who is this guy? It was a
Well,
dump.
that alone, Lou, right?
Mhm.
That in itself is
Mhm. The
why
opposite of what we're
is
dealing with now.
yes, and that's why
Mhm.
every
That's
Browns
why I
fan
said it. That's why I said
should
it.
be encouraged. And like you just
Mhm.
said, the rookies, Dylan Sampson, Harold Fannin,
They're
the
going to make
Carson
mistakes.
Schwarzenegger.
Judkins,
Yes,
Mason Graham at this draft class. I mean,
it really was good.
if this guy can start and play for us for like the next 5 years, just 5 as a 5th round pick.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. But then you have Dylan Gabriel as a capable backup. I mean,
Yeah.
there's you don't know. I mean, a couple of years, Dylan Gabriel could be a good starter, a decent starter. You don't know. I just saw there's something, the offense. Yesterday was the best quarterback performance I saw on that field in that stadium all season.
Yeah.
Period. It's been, he's the first guy to throw for 300 yards since Flacco at the end of 2023.
Absolutely. Yeah. There were some really, really good passes.
Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead. Before I forget, we did miss a story from last Monday. I want to reiterate it.
Yeah.
About the city council voting. We did tweet it because it happened after we got off the air.
Yeah. What is that?
Okay. Just to switch gears a little bit.
Sure.
The Dome Stadium in Brook Park, Ohio is a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
The city of Cleveland City Council voted to approve the $100 million settlement that Mayor Justin Bibb negotiated with the Haslam Sports Group. The final stamp approval, all lawsuits will be withdrawn, and it's full steam ahead.
Do you think it's a go for 2029? I have heard some people speculate that it could be.
As far as I know, it is. I haven't heard anything about delaying it.
You'd think that you would have time since it's still not even 2026 yet.
Right. You're talking 3.5 years. I mean, the thing that happened with the last one, they had to tear down that old stadium, clear it out.
Yes.
And they had to design it and build it. Everything was done haste. Now this whole thing's torn down. It's planned. It's designed. It's just a matter of getting the manpower to come in and do it. So they already have the logistics planned out. That one, I mean, they had to rush to do it because.
Like my cousins were there at the game, and they were, they're old time Browns fans, and like a lot of us, we were sentimental to the old Municipal Stadium and the outdoor field.
So am I. Yeah.
They were basically saying how they're going to really miss this environment, the snow. No. And I said that like you, Lou, I was like, as much as I might miss that, to be able to go to a dome stadium that is covered, and like honestly, I wasn't able to go to the game. I really was wanting to, but I couldn't get up there. But if I maybe would have had more push if I knew that I was going up to a stadium that was
it was Alex Wright. According to Scott Petrak, it was Alex Wright that said that about Shedeur, about him showing up in the morning. That was Alex Wright.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to
interrupt.
No, so
that's
go ahead.
No, I
was helping you with your point. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was just as much as I like the outdoors sometimes. To go to a stadium that's going to be air conditioned and comfortable. When it's 20 degrees outside, I'm not going to have a problem with that. As of course, I'm older. We're not in our 20s. I was there in '86. At the Jets game. Like
I was there. I was there through all. I didn't tell you about the group of idiots with their shirts off.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we were just like everybody's just like, yeah, and I'm like, guys, no. I'm just sitting there like I'm like, no, I know.
Hey, I want to talk about a couple of these situations. I know you and I talked before we came on, and there's been a lot of back and forth on this with the 2-point conversion plays. And I know you weren't there, but I think you and I both agree that when the Browns scored the first touchdown to get to they were 14 points down, and this. I was just pissed to high heaven when Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees, who made the decision to go for the 2, because all I could think about was you're going to be freaking chasing points if you don't make it, and they didn't make it. And I'm just like, in a situation like that, and I said this last night on the postgame show. You've already said, Lou, you have all these rookies playing, and there's a lot of pressure, and you just got the momentum going. You got Shador to run the ball in for a touchdown. For
Mhm.
God's sakes, just kick the freaking extra point, and you're
I
down 7 points.
The
I just
analytics actually tell you the extra point has like 80% chance of being made versus a 50-50 chance of a 2 point. Now, if he hit that 2 point and we score another touchdown, we tie the game. Okay,
right.
but I could say I would have been like, well, just kick the extra point, go with a higher probability, then score that touchdown. Then you could go for two if you want to go for the win, and I would have respected
Yes.
that. I would have respected that more.
And exactly. And absolutely. I just I'm just old school, and I this new line of thinking is just boneheaded, and I just disagree with it. And I think Stefanski's had so many opportunities like this where he's been wrong, and yes, there's been
Mhm.
opportunities where he's been right. But in that game, in that situation, you're down 2 touchdowns. You look like you were dead in the water. You get a touchdown. Just kick the freaking extra point. They're always trying to put more strain and pressure on these young kids, and
I
you didn't have to do that with
we're
Shador
in
last
total
night.
agreement on this. We are in total agreement. I totally disagree. I was like, I was holding my phone, like, what the fuck is he doing? Sorry, excuse me. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I
no,
said out loud. I was like,
I said the same damn thing.
I was like, what? And people were like, what? And people around us were like, because some people were like looking at their phones too. And I was just like, I had it on my phone. I was like, if I'm
Well,
gonna
some
walk
people will
away,
say, "Well, the Browns are 3-10. They're 3-9. They have nothing to lose." I said, "Well, that's
well,
bullshit.
have
That's
you
bullshit. I don't care
you
what your record
you're
is. You
trying
just
to
do
win. You're
you,
trying to
you
win.
I know you're
Yeah.
trying to win, but you're trying to do, like you just said. You maximize the percentages are 80%, like you said. They kick the extra point.
Yeah.
Kick the extra point, and you're only down a touchdown.
Now, there's people talking about having Jim Schwartz be the interim coach. I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know if he's interested in something like that. I'm going to say this. Um, I heard this like with this season because of all the rookies that are playing in those positions. Um, they were looking at evaluation and development, prioritizing that above actually winning.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard that or not. So I don't
Yeah,
know if
we've
that
talked about.
decision was made indicative of that. I'm not
It's
making
interesting.
excuses. I'm just something to think about. Did Haslam already go to him and say, "Look, you're safe till next year"? Did he
Did
already
you
say that?
did you part of the reaction to that too was Shador's reaction to Tony Grossi asking the question after the game yesterday about the second 2 point conversion that failed, and talking about, was that play practiced,
Yes.
and Shador said, well, yes, duh, like back to Tony, and because Tony said, well, was it successful? He says, and Shador said, would we run a play in the real game that wouldn't have been successful in practice? Come on, Tony. Like, I was like, way to go, kid. Way to
Yeah.
go,
You
Shador.
don't start shit. Did it work in practice?
Yeah, what do you think? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's like
gosh.
I would have been like, listen, fuck face.
Right. I'm just, come on, man. Like,
I just
frustrations.
it's very much frustrating. I think people this let me just I'm gonna go on a soapbox for a minute here. Your attitude sets your altitude. If you go through things, life in general, thinking negative, being negative, saying negative, guess what you're gonna attract?
Mm-hmm.
Negative. You do the opposite, you attract the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have this apparatus, this cloud, this whole culture, they're screaming about the culture, the culture. Well, switching a coach all the time. I mean, Stefanski's going to be back probably for a seventh season with Barry.
Mm-hmm.
What if he wins 10 games next year? What if he wins 8 or 9 games next year? Okay, what if? Just hypothetically, you still want to keep him?
Mm-hmm.
You want to get rid of him?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, I think it is disturbing that we just lost the home game to
a 1-11
a one
team.
and
Yeah.
11 team, and not
Yeah.
granted, like the Titans have had we knew going in, and I know Steve Gill and I talked about this a little bit a Thursday night in the pregame show. I mean, the Titans defense was considered pretty good.
Yeah.
They came in
They had
coming
good
into the
players on
game.
defense. They weren't elite by any stretch, but they're not horrible.
No.
No, it's
So
not the
considering
Dolphins.
that, I
Yeah.
mean, we scored 29 points off of them.
Should
You
have
know,
scored
we
31. Yeah.
yeah. So you know, so we have a lot to
And you
just,
think about
yeah,
this too. You think about this too. The fumble that set him up on the short field at the 8.
absolutely.
The interception that set that up. The there was the block punt. That's 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
They were given 17 points.
Well, and the defense, you know, and we talked
the
about
defense
this
had a
earlier.
letdown game with the run, but Pollard ran for way too much.
Pollard was 160 yards or something. That's crazy.
It was insane. Well, he had the one really big run.
It reminded me of the Derrick Henry. Do you remember the Derrick Henry game at the stadium when the beginning of the second half, the Browns kind of had gotten back into it, and then
there's like a screenplay for 75
Derrick
yards.
Henry went for like 70 yards. Yeah. I was like, oh man.
No, but it's like I said, you know, I think the new stadium and the new environment I'm not saying it would, but it could and it should have the same impact that Jacobs Field did with the Indians.
I think it will. I think
it's exactly what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, I don't want to go to a dome. But most of it, people don't understand, especially that aren't from here. But even when the Bills were not good, because they went through a period where they were horrible after the post.
And the Bills aren't exactly doing phenomenal right now, but they're solid. Yeah,
they're a playoff team, and we host them next. We go to Chicago, who was, I think they're in second place because they lost to Green Bay.
They did.
Yeah, that was a good game. That was a very competitive game. But I was just making a point, like even the Bills fans would say they call it the Bills Mafia. We have we have our fans too, and it's just like it's a lot of it's about the tailgating, the camaraderie, going to the games. There's more to it than just the product on the field. There's a bond that we share that nobody would really understand. And I think as long as that bond travels to Brook Park and the product on the field reflects that bond and is a facility that we deserve as a sports fans with a team that we deserve as a sports fans, it would be well worth it. So,
well, don't you see like just even the production or even the build up to the stadium that people are going to see this thing being built. Hundreds and thousands of people in Cleveland will see this thing, and the product will be there, and they're gonna some of the people that are really reluctant right now and are depressed about them moving out of downtown will be much more excited when they see this product and they finally see the dome and ready to move into in 2029.
And I think the city saw the writing on the wall. And they said, we can't it doesn't make economic sense to have this monstrosity of a stadium sitting there on the lakefront empty 350 days out of the year. We could better purpose this land for economic growth while having the Browns play at Brook Park, which, we were talking about that. We're on the Rapid and we're like, how are they going to do this? And I was kind of explaining to my friend, I said, I have a sister that lives in Brook Park by the airport. I could park at her house.
Yeah.
He was laughing. He's like, "Well, you sure you want to do that?" So I could. I mean, I could park at Brooklyn to my parents' house and just get on the Rapid on take the red line, West 116th.
Right. Well, I imagine that whole area is going to continue to develop. I know I stay off of the hotels right there off of the Rapid, off of 150th.
You go to 150th and Puritas. You can go to West 116th.
Yeah.
Well, it was so funny when my wife and I went to the Baltimore game. We took my parents that live in Brooklyn. We dropped the girls off there. Yeah. And we went there and we got there so quick because I'm so used to going all the way from Green Road.
Oh yeah.
Which takes time because it's basically the end of the line of the Green Line is where I go to because I live in Geauga County, but I grew up on the west side.
Right.
And that's where my parents still live. They lived in that house since 1974.
Wow.
Over 51 years.
Right.
Yeah. November of 74. I'm not kidding.
On the west side? Again,
on the west side of this house in Brooklyn. It's the house I grew up in. Yeah. So
how far is that from like Seven Hills and Parma?
It's just north of Parma. If you head north on Ridge Road and Parma.
You consider that on the west side, then Parma's kind of, I always thought like they're kind of it's south, but a little bit more west though.
It's southwest. It's more southwest. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to explain. If you got basically 77 kind of divides it, like the Valley View Bridge will divide it. Yeah. Cause I my first house I bought was in Garfield Heights. And I did that. God, 2003. I was 30 when I bought my first house.
Wow.
So yeah, now I've moved around a bunch of times since then, but I'm gonna settle in Chesterland next summer, and then I'll be done.
Is that yes? Oh,
That's the
that'll be
done
fun.
deal. Well, we're working
Hey,
on the
by the way,
house
I
now.
saw you bought a new truck. Ha ha ha. That's a joke. No.
I bought a new truck. What are you talking
Remember
about?
on the did you with the social media? Did you your
Oh, you saw that. Oh, you saw
yes.
that. Oh, Jesus.
I
Oh,
thought for a split second, I thought, no way.
let me
He said
explain.
because you've never talked to me about like
Buying a Silverado. Yeah.
yeah,
Let me
and I'm
explain
like,
to you what happened. I get an email at like 5:49 Saturday night saying your email changed on your X account. And I'm like, I didn't do that. Wait a second. No, some weird email. And I'm going,
yeah.
and so I had to go to Twitter and go on the support and recover my account and block this guy. And it took about 4 hours, but I did it.
You were
So
able to do that. That's good.
yeah, my account got hacked. I reached out to Corey. I'm like, Corey, what do I do? I was like, what do
Yeah.
I co-host on the Stew Pod? I'm like, dude.
So you
It's
had to
like
call support there on the
I, I
X.
had to I had to message them. They were emailing me.
Uh-huh.
They gave me like the
Oh,
reset and
good.
everything else, and I had to set. I reset it. They said you should use a stronger password. I said I'm going to. I said, yeah,
Yes. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. I
Well,
know Rod
yeah,
Bloom. Rod Bloom, our colleague who does the
yeah,
Browns Blitz a couple
yeah.
months ago
Had
or
the
a
same
month ago,
problem.
he had that happen to him.
Yeah,
He
so
can't get it
people, my
back.
my
He
yeah, well, my
yeah.
I got mine back. My account because I caught it quick enough. I think my account got hacked. Somebody posted that I was bought a Chevy Silverado by trading crypto, which anybody that
Yes.
knows me knows that's bullshit.
Right. I'm like, wait, I don't remember. You got a lot of money. You don't need crypto.
Yeah. It was I made my money, guys.
That's
I'm
right.
well. I'm
He's
pretty
got a
good.
big Wikipedia page.
Yes.
And some other, never mind. We'll
Yeah. We'll
stop with
talk.
the okay.
Yeah. Made my money on OnlyFans. That's what I did. So anyway, Corey told me. I said I got this message. I talked to him. I said, could you look at my page and tell me because I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I couldn't get in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh. So when I reached out to Twitter, I forgot which steps I took to do it, but I did it. I was able to recover it. It was just
I'm glad you were able to do that.
yeah, because my wife because I had like because everything I do, a lot of what I do with this and everything else
Yes. Oh,
is
I
that
know.
Twitter, and I have like over 5,100 followers. So it's like
Right. Yeah, I know
yeah,
you do. Yeah.
I built a following, so that's what we're gonna do. So yeah,
That's
but overall, it is what it is.
hey, we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok today. So
Awesome.
we can start monetizing more. So folks, come over to our TikTok page on the Elves Network.
Can we play since we're stirring the pot? Can we play a little bit of devil's advocate here on something?
For sure.
Well, think about this. Say that next 4 games we get good games out of Shedeur, and the Browns take the strategy or they take the approach saying we're going to develop Shedeur and build around him for offense.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to reach on a quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's Mendoza, Moore, or Simpson. Or
Mendoza
or whoever. Mendoza impressed me against Ohio State. He did.
Yes.
He made some good. Hey, I will give him his props. He that showed a lot to me. However, but they could say, okay, we could draft this. We could draft a receiver. We could draft a tackle. We could draft like with the first 3 picks, we get 2 offensive linemen and a playmaking number 1 receiver. Could you see them taking that approach?
Yes.
Saying, okay, so I'm leaning that's like we're 70% there. I'm saying
I think we are. I think if Shedeur can continue to do what he's been doing
and build on this every
and
week.
he's going to have some like he's in his 4th start coming up. So folks,
and he's in Chicago, and Chicago is a good team.
And I'm just Lou, and I just think to myself, I mean, everybody's like, we're micromanaging everything with this kid. If you continue to just give him the games, give him the opportunity to screw up
give him the reps, the experience.
Yeah. I mean, going into next season, I mean, he's going to be a hell of a in a better position. I think everyone's going to see that. And I think everyone has a lot to get excited about.
Usually it takes 3 years. The 3rd year is when it starts to click and slow down for the guys on average. But this Tom Brady in his 2nd year won a Super Bowl.
The analysts, some of these guys in the national media have even talked about that from the film that you watched him play against Baltimore and the first start against the Raiders and this game. They can see his slowing things down. Yeah.
His progress.
Mhm.
I'm happy for him. I'm really,
So
I
who's
want to see.
the wide receiver? Who's considered one of our? I haven't looked at the draft boards. I mean, who's
You could say
is
Carnell
it?
Tate
Carnell
from,
Tate, would he be number one?
he would be, then there's also Jordan Tyson,
Okay.
who's a receiver from Arizona. There's also
Oh
some other
yes.
good. This is a good deep wide receiver draft, kind of like how last year's running back draft was
Uh
like
huh.
this. So we could
Yeah.
probably draft two in this draft. I mean, plus Isaiah Bond, I think was a steal. I mean, God, this
Yeah.
last offseason, I mean, it was a home run for Andrew Berry. If
It
this
really
kid hit,
was.
if this
Yeah.
quarterback is a
Yeah.
hit,
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a home run, but just a double, like he's a good quarterback,
I
a
take an
good
offensive
quarterback.
if I'm the Browns, I draft an offensive lineman first,
That
and then I take a
tackle from Utah. What's his name? Onu or something
oh,
like that. Yeah, I heard of him.
and then
Yeah,
take a wide receiver, and like that
you could
late
take
first
Tyson
round
late.
pick.
Yeah, you could take like you could Jordan Tyson could be there late in the first round, and you could take another tackle early in the second round. You could take or a guard. You could draft the first 2 out of 3 picks of offensive line.
I
Because
could also see the Browns trying to take it. They could take another quarterback, but not until like the second or third round, and then maybe Dylan Gabriel would be possibly somebody that they could give to somebody else. I don't know because I
you
don't
think
know.
he's done here? You think he's done here? He's cooked.
I don't know. Maybe he'll. I know his girlfriend's not happy, and I know his mom's
Ah,
not happy. And
well, hey, it's the NFL.
did you see prime time? It was in Cleveland. He was wearing that fur coat
Yeah,
Saturday night. That was fantastic. I just love that.
I saw he was there. He was there at the game for his son, which is great, which is fantastic. He was there for the start against the Raiders. So
It's good.
I'm really happy for him. I'm happy that he's doing well. And I always said this, even when whoever we drafted, whoever we have playing quarterback or playing on the field in a Browns uniform, I want to succeed.
Mhm.
That's me being a fan. I want them to do well. And a lot of times I think we look at things as fans where we might be biased because we're fans. Like, oh, this guy's better than we think, or we're worse than we think, or we're better
Yeah.
than we think. And like I said, I could see the argument for replacing Stefanski, but you got to answer the second part to the question: with who or whom? Schwartz might be a good option. Schwartz might be a good option.
I just don't see that with the fact that he's been with Stefanski in this team. And I think the Browns, if they were going to do something, they'd go just with a different group. Like they
Different
would.
group. Do you think like a coordinator, like it's like Brian Johnson came into Chicago and completely turned it around?
Yeah, he'd probably be somebody young again, right? Is that
Yeah, it's possible. I can't imagine who or whom it might be, but
I don't know who's
if they
out. I
do,
mean, who would
yeah,
be
well,
available?
people are saying that if Stefanski gets fired, somebody else will hire him right away. So it's like, well, then why fire him? So I don't know.
I don't know anybody in the college ranks that would still. I mean, the Penn State just got the kid
Matt Campbell,
Matt Campbell
from Iowa State. Yeah.
You probably need a pro, a guy, a veteran.
Would you see a Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame coming here?
See, I don't
just
know.
A theory. Yeah, I threw that out there with Posh.
You threw that. I did hear you say that.
Just curious, just to throw a name out there. Ryan Day's not going anywhere, guys. He's not. So
no.
And
consider that Notre Dame's not going to a bowl game because they're crying in their milk.
They didn't get to the playoffs.
No.
We get the winner of Texas A&M and Florida on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, not Texas Tech, right? Texas A&M and
I believe
Miami.
So.
I thought it was Miami and Texas A&M.
I believe so. Miami or
Florida. Texas Tech. There was
a Texas Tech. Is it Texas Tech?
I was listening to people talk about it earlier. And
hang on. I had it up here.
You have it up there?
I'm going to get it up here. Hang on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let's see if I get the bracket here. Yeah, I got the bracket and Texas A&M. That Texas A&M and Miami play on is it the 20th? Yes, the 20th.
This weekend or next week. Okay.
Next weekend, yeah.
What about Texas?
This weekend's game is Army Navy. Woohoo.
Where's Texas Tech ranked?
7th.
And who do they play?
They play it's Texas A&M. I'm sorry. Let's see. Texas Tech. Give me a second.
I thought Texas.
Hang on. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. Jesus, give me a second here.
Yeah.
It's weird with this iPhone.
Dun,
Alabama,
dun, dun,
Alabama,
dun.
Alabama, and Oklahoma are playing each other. Tulane and Ole Miss. Okay, hold on. Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech is fourth. They
So they got to
play
buy.
the winner. They play the winner of Oregon, James Madison.
Okay. So they'll play the Oregon. Okay. So then
that'll
they would
be
have
at
to
the
play
Orange
Indiana.
Bowl. Yeah, they're playing at the Orange Bowl on January 1st.
I'm not scared of playing
Indiana-
Texas A&M. I would be more scared to play Texas Tech.
Indiana's playing the winner of Alabama, Oklahoma.
Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's a travesty.
Georgia plays the winner of Tulane and Ole Miss.
Shout out to Vanderbilt, even though they didn't make it.
And Ohio State is in the Cotton Bowl, and they'll play the
winner of Texas A&M and Miami.
Miami, yeah.
And people are scared because they have to go to Texas and beat potentially Texas A&M in Texas. So
we'll see. We beat Texas in the Cotton Bowl last year, so we'll
example, That's good, Lou. I'm glad you.
I have a memory.
I don't, so that's one of us at least does. So that's good for the show.
Alzheimer's hasn't hit me yet, John.
Right? Yeah, I'm feeling it.
It hasn't hit me yet. So I to be honest with you guys, I was mad. I was pissed that we lost. I had to sit through that cold, walked away, and I missed a big comeback. But I'm gonna be back in 2 weeks.
Most of that stadium was empty by the time that they got to that winning touchdown. By the way, it wasn't very crowded there yesterday, was it? It was a lot.
No, it wasn't that crowded. There was a lot of empty seats.
What's your theory? I have a question about that with Shedeur, because some people who want to be negative about Shedeur want to say, well, Shedeur's, everyone's talking about Shedeur, but he's not filling seats. And I'm like, it's 20 degrees out, and it's
a 3-win team. Yeah, the 3-win team.
Why
fair
are you
weather
putting that
fans.
on Shedeur? I mean,
fair weather fans, literally fair weather fans. So
right.
that's what it is, guys. If they were 11 and if they were like 10 and 3,
yeah,
and they're playing for a division spot, and it's the Steelers, that stadium's packed
for sure.
So don't cut the shit. Just
there's a lot of excitement out there everywhere I go here in Columbus. There are a lot of kids that I work with who are very, very excited about Shedeur. I mean, there aren't a lot of huge Browns fans here in Columbus, but the ones that, but there's a lot of people that everybody knows who Shedeur is. I mean, he's not like Michael Jordan or LeBron, but he has the name, and people identify him as Shedeur. I do. I call him Shedeur all the time. I don't even call him Shedeur Sanders. He's Shedeur.
Yeah. Well, I said play him when he's ready, bring him along. They said this was going to be a red shirt year for him. They're going to see what he's got. He impressed me yesterday. I will admit it. He impressed me. So
it's good. Well, Lou, what do you got coming up this week? You got a show?
Got a show Friday night. Got the Stew Pot every Sunday. And show Friday night with Posh. We're going to be kind of going post-mortem of the Titans game. We're going to preview the Bears game. It's going to be in Chicago. And Chicago. Yeah, the Bears. So
the Bears.
We have to play the Bears, and we're going to see. I think the big thing to look forward to this year for Browns fans, besides watching Shedeur develop, Myles Garrett getting 3 more sacks in the last 4 games and breaking that record.
He got one yesterday. That was nice.
He got one yesterday, and he basically gets. I was explaining it to my wife earlier, and she goes, "Yeah, who's that guy they're talking about? Not the quarterback, but the guy they're talking about that almost left last year." Oh, you mean Myles Garrett? She goes, "Yeah, what position does he play? He's defensive end." And she's like, she just doesn't pay attention. It's not her.
Right. No, it's all good. Yeah,
it's fine. She pays attention when I do because she knows it's important to me. Anyway, But anyway, I just explained to her like how close he is to the sack. So he could do a sack a game because she was at the Baltimore game when he got 4.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just
4 games left.
4 games left. Needs 3 sacks. He could get it in 1 game. He could get it next week.
So he only needs 23 to set the record.
Correct. He has a 20 now. 22 and a half is the record. TJ
was that
Watt,
his record?
No, it's TJ Watt and Michael Strahan.
Okay, he'll do it. And
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we can hang.
What if he does it
in
Chicago? That would be nice.
Great.
It'd be
great. Great. I'm happy for him. Great. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I just want to see him do it. I don't give a fuck where he does it. Just do
Right. Or I think you should wait and do it when the Steelers come to town.
Oh,
Just do
that'd
it
be even
then.
better. That'd be even better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
throw it in
and
TJ
I'll
Watt's
tell you what,
face.
Pittsburgh beat Baltimore. Baltimore is flailing. Pittsburgh's not
Oh.
that good. Cincinnati, they made horrible mistakes against Buffalo. So I mean, it's like guys, it's like we're the AFC North's not that good this year. I don't know what it's gonna be like next year. So we'll see. We'll have to see. But I'll be honest with you. With the production we're getting out of rookies,
yeah,
I'm impressed. I'm just impressed with just
sure.
with all these guys. And I think it's a testament to actually what you're seeing Stefanski do. It's not being shown on wins and losses on the field, but I'm giving him credit with you see development of these young players.
Yeah.
And he's putting in the time to do this I think people might not see that because they care about wins right now. We want to win.
Right.
We all want to win.
Right.
But this could go a little bit farther than that. But that's just me. You have a great night, John.
You as well, Lou. Thanks for listening to us also on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcast. And a shout out to Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Yep.
They shake the hand of the farmer. They're on our X page. Please
tell them Lou
buy
sent
coffee.
You.
Yes. Tell them Lou sent you.
Tell them Lou sent you.
Goodbye, Lou. Go Browns.
Goodbye. Go Browns. Let's see if the music works.